I'll share my screen, but one of the things that we want to, what we want to do today, the goal of today's event is just to, okay, how can you jump the queue? How can you, when you apply for a job, and I'm focusing on tech jobs. Now, it doesn't matter the kind of tech job, whether data science, whether data analytics, software engineer, DevOps, data engineering, any IT, anything tech, okay, anything tech. So is when you apply, you notice that when you want to apply for some job, you observe that 100 people have applied, 500, 1,000. So that may even discourage you, right? And sometimes the reviewer may not, the recruiter may not even check 10 before you figure out that, oh, I love this one, what should I, and sometimes the software even filter out your resume. You didn't even get to see your resume. That's why you see that some recruiter don't reach out to you. So that's one of the things we want to do, is that how can we make recruiter to reach out to you directly? That's what we want to do. Okay, so we're going to tackle that from the aspect of the link of the resume, which I'll focus more. Once your resume is okay, it's just a matter of copying most of those things to your LinkedIn. Then on LinkedIn, I'll just show you 1 or 2 tips of what you can do, and some of the free courses. Someone might ask me, but I mean, you guys are training organization. Why do you want to show free courses? Don't you think people will not come and take your course? That's not our belief in Highly Tech. No, Highly Tech, we believe in empowering people with information, okay? And we tell you our own uniqueness. So not that we hoard it, no, we will not hoard information. We empower you with information, give you several options, and then you know what we are doing that you cannot find, that you may not see in those other information. But that will mean that we will not give you them. So we'll show you some of the free courses that you can take on LinkedIn, why you should take some of those courses, what is the advantage, how does that contribute to recruiter reaching you? That I will talk about. The last session is one of my products, or one of Highly Tech products, not my product. I mean, one of Highly Tech products that will show you how to build a portfolio. Like, okay, from step 1 to like that. And because you may not be able to catch up like that without listening to her and also doing at the same thing, like one of my friends will always do, try to do it with you right there. Okay, suppose you are not able to do that, we're going to drop the you're already laughing. So we're going to drop the link to the template that she's using, so that you can, even after when you watch the video on YouTube, you can use the template and be building it, because we want you to we want you to hear your testimonies. That's the truth. Whether you are our product or not, this event is for everyone. It's not limited to Highly Tech people, even though 90% of people here, or 95, the Highly Tech they belong to Highly Tech fan, but it's not limited to us. It's for anybody who is interested in tech jobs. Okay. All right. Without taking too much of our time, let me share my screen, and then we can get started. I only have a few things to talk about. Okay. So let me share my screen. Let me know when you can see my screen. Let me know when you can see my screen. Can you?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay. So let me just slideshow. All right. So okay. So in case you don't know me, my name is Kenny Ajayi. Okay, and I'm a lead data scientist for Highly Tech. I reside in the US. I'm a data scientist by nature. All right. So just a little about myself, and I work with Microsoft. Okay. Yeah. So today we just want to basically focus on resume and LinkedIn review for tech jobs. So not tech jobs. It's not specific to any particular job in tech. It's not specific to, even though my domain is data science, and I'm going to use data science as a case study, data science or data analytics as a case study, but is what I'm going to share, especially in the resume, and I'm going to show a demo resume, what is good about it, what can be improved, how to rephrase those is general to any tech jobs. Okay, so because someone told me, can you use a specific domain, this particular domain? See, this thing is whatever thing you can apply here, you can follow that same approach on the other, for the other jobs. All right. So we're going to start with resume. So I'm going to first talk about the popular resume format that is out there, and I'm going to show you an example of it. Okay. So we can, when we group them to, we can group the format of resume out there to 3 basic types. So I'm going to show you an example. The first one is the reverse chronological format, okay, where you focus more on, start from your name, your contact information, your work experience, your education or things like that. You also have the skills base where you focus more on the, instead of the work experience, you first showcase your skills. I'm going to tell you the which type is good for which group, so that you can have you can reason behind those 3 formats. Don't worry if you have any question at the end. You feel free, once I finish, feel free. I will take your question and then we'll move to the other speaker. All right. The last part is the combination format, which is very common right now. And I think is maybe one of the best anyway, even though I don't use that personally, not for any reason, maybe just lazy to do that, or because I don't need it for now. All right. So the first one I'm looking at is the chronological ones. So like I said, it takes your name, your contact, your summary about your professional summary. Now, pointing here to the work history, because the reverse chronological format takes the work history before the skills, before the education. It places the skills downward and education downward, certification and so on. Now, why? Who are this kind of chronological format good for? Who are these not very good for? So I said it here that, well, this kind of format that I'm showing, that I just showed you, where you place the work experience before the skills, before the education, is actually good for, people for any level of experience. Even when you have large gaps in work experience, it's okay, right? It's okay. Now, if you desire to stay in the industry, let's say you've been in this same industry, that maybe you just want to change job, but it's still within the same industry. Let's say you have been a data analyst before, a data scientist, but you just want to change a company. It's okay to use this kind of format. But the challenge is that it's not good if you have large gaps. Let's say like large gaps in terms of the employment, right? You've worked for some years, then there are some years that you did not work, okay? It's not that good, or your experience is not relevant to the field you are going into. And I think this is where many people falls into. Like, you don't have a tech background, and then you are moving into tech, right? So maybe you do not have a relevant experience. This kind of format may not really be suitable for you. However, this kind of format is the most popular format. So it's difficult to stand out when you use this format, because that's what the recruiter sees mostly. So it doesn't stand out, right? Not catchy thing about it. It's just in this chronological order: work experience before the skills. Skills is way downward, education is way downward, right? So that's that about this format. So just hold that thought. Now, the other one is the skills based. In fact, my resume is in this format. Is that the best? I'm not saying that. Okay. I think I'm just lazy to do the combination one. So, this is the skill based one. Now, I'll tell you the advantage of this. the kind of people is good for, and those the kind of people this is not good for, right? Now, this gives you opportunity to showcase your skills first. So mind you, recruiters do not have at most maybe 10 seconds to view your resume at first time, the very first time. Now, if I have 10 seconds to view your resume, what do you want me to see? You see, the idea behind resume is to make sure that if the recruiter has 10 seconds, you want the recruiter to see something specific about you, your skills, and maybe what you have done. So that's the essence of this one. And say, okay, if you're going to see anything, if I thought you see anything within that 10 seconds, I want you to see my skills and maybe at least one job that I've done, one project that I've done. Okay, so that's the essence of this one. So the skill-based, put the skills first before talking about the work experience. I'm still going to talk whether you even need work experience, and if you need work experience, what should be there, right? We're going to talk about that. What should be in the work experience? Should I just list like you have here, help customers set up or close account, complete, and these are the kind of CVs I receive almost every time from people, all right? When they contact me, can I see or can I send you my resume? That's it. These are the things. So I'll tell you what is not good about this, okay, and how you should do that. Okay, even if you're coming from any other domain, I will tell you how to link this together. I may not be able to specifically talk to you like, okay, this is your own resume, this is how it is, but I will give a general view of what you can do. If you want a personalized one, you reach out to us, and I'll show you how you can reach out to us, okay? And then we can work with you one-on-one. All right? So, but the goal of this skill base is to specify the skills first, showcase your skills before your work experience and your education, certifications, and so on. Now, what's the advantage? It's good for people with vast amount of skills because you have several skills to show, right? You know, maybe you are good in programming languages, you know different ones, Python, you know some database language like SQL, you know different ones, you know Power BI, you know different things, Excel, and some other libraries between those things. You want to showcase all of that. Machine learning and all of those things, I'm just using those as case study. I'm not saying that's the only skills you can showcase. This type of resume is good. It's good if you don't have, even if you have large gaps in work experience, because what the recruiter sees most are your skills. He's not going to see those work experience first. Because the first one I showed you, the chronological one, the first thing the recruiter sees is your work experience. So if you have large gap, it's easy to spot. So don't use that if you have large gap or you don't have much experience. Don't use that. Use skill-based. If you have several skills that you have amassed, maybe you've taken some courses, even courses, if you are a student, you've taken some courses, you've taken courses from some training organization like Highly Tech, this is where to showcase those skills. Or you are looking for a career change, it's okay. It doesn't matter if what you have been doing before doesn't match this. No, the skills is what is being seen for. It's okay for even for career, those who want to change career, right? But it's least used. It's not very, very common, and it's unfamiliar to recruiters. So to some recruiters, they may struggle to, because they have not been used to reviewing this kind of resume. Though it can help you stand out, but it may not be familiar to many recruiters because it's being least used. That's the resume I have. I did not do that for the purpose of standing out. I use it because of the skills that I have, to showcase the skills I have. So it has worked for me in the past. And it's still working, but it's just that not on the market. So I don't know how well it's being. Yeah, but it works very well because the recruiter sees your skills as the first thing. Okay, but the most common one now is the combination format. If you can spend some time, I will recommend this one because it makes the recruiter, if the recruiter has 10 seconds, the recruiter will see not just your skills, but also your work experience and your education. So if you can spend some time, I will suggest you use the combination combination format, because that in a few seconds that the recruiter has, it is going to say almost 90% of what you have. You can see your skills immediately, can see your work experience immediately, without needing to scroll down and all of that, right? So those are the three different formats, the advantages and the limitation, kind of like the cons of each format. But this is actually good for any level of experience, whether you have large gap or not, whether you are changing career, this fits all categories, okay? Now, the next thing that may be on your mind that I want you to know is that make sure in your work experience, make sure dates are listed. Make sure, because this is the implication. If you don't include the date on your work experience, the recruiter may feel that you are hiding something, right? Like I just put, okay, I did, maybe the last time I worked as a customer, I put on my resume as a transaction analyst or customer analyst. And I just put 2020. And the next one I put 2020, and the next work experience 2022, and the next one I put 2023 to present. Now the question is, for how long did I work in 2020? The recruiter has no idea. Maybe it's just 2 months, maybe it's 3 months, maybe it's 1 year. The recruiter has no idea. How many months did you work in in 2022 that you listed? The recruiter has no idea. So make sure you put your date from month and year to another month and year. January 2020 to December or August 2022. So that gives the recruiter an idea of how many months of experience you have on that particular job, right? So list the month and year of your employment. So take note of that. Make sure you don't just list the year. Okay, now, what are the rules? Some people have like, okay, how long should my resume or how long should my resume be? So this is a rule I want to state. Is it a rule, really? I would say yes, it is a rule. Now, I'll tell you, when I was interviewing at Microsoft, the manager that I ended up working with told me that, you know, and he just said it at the end. That was the last person I interviewed with. He told me, he said, I like the way your resume is just 1 page because it didn't stress me. I was able to see you know, the things that I need, what you have done in the past or things like that. Now, I've seen some resume of people that have been 5 pages because people are struggling to understand between resume and CV, and I'm going to talk about it. And I'm going to talk about which one you should use based on different countries. I'll talk about it in a minute. Now, I would say that the rule is that if you have less than 7 years experience, your resume should by no means go more than 1 page. Yes, it should by no means go more than 1. I will show you one that is more than 1 page, but the point I want to point out in that one is not the length, but what should be in your resume. But there is a way to put that one in 1 page. There are some unnecessary spaces that are there, but I will show you. So if you have less than 7 years of experience in your field, I would say that try and make it 1 page. If I thought that you cannot make it 1 page, that you try, it can't fit into 1 page because of the project you want to showcase and all of that, then I would say maximum 2 pages. Maximum 2 pages. But if you can try, make sure you make it 1 page, because it's not realistic that the recruiter will check the 2 pages at the same time. Most times, what I see recruiters do is that it's during the interview that they are checking your resume. And that's what I want to talk about in the next event that I want to, that I talked about at the beginning, that the next event we're having is interview tips for tech jobs, all right? It starts from here, because most recruiters, they don't look at your resume before the interview. That's the truth. They only glance through it, maybe within 7 to 10 seconds, and they see something, they reach out to you. Now, when they schedule interviews, when they properly look at that 2 pages you have. So it's obvious that at the very beginning, they're not going to look at it. In fact, after reaching out to you, they will tell you to send an updated resume. If you have ever been contacted, you agree with what I've said. If after reaching out, please try and be muted, except you have a question which will be at the end of my talk. So is after the, hello, please, I'm begging you, please all be muted. Mr. Dami can mute everyone, please. Thank you. So since they're not going to look at your own resume, there's no point trying to, there's no point showcasing long resume. So if you can try make your 1 page at most, your resume shouldn't go beyond 2 pages, okay? If you have less than 7 years. But if you have more than 7 years, obviously you are not applying for entry role or even intermediate role, you may be going for a senior level role, then you can include additional pages. As I put it, that recruiter will only spend few seconds on your resume. And that's why they don't get back to many. That's why you send resume, you apply for jobs, they don't get back because they only have few seconds. In that few seconds, they didn't see what they want, okay? Some of you have skills, you push them to the end. The recruiter will never get to see, okay? So, and that's why they didn't get back. All right, I'm already rounding, getting there. Now, there is a difference between resume and CV, curriculum vitae. So there is a difference between resume and CV, okay? So in case you don't know, there is. Now, your CV must be comprehensive. If I thought you are using CV, it has to be comprehensive. List, or even if, suppose you're a student, you have publications, list them there. You can list all your projects, the different things that you have done, your skills, and all of that. Showcase all of that there. And your CV should be chronological. Not the combination one I showed you. The CV use chronological format. The combination format, that is for resume. For CV, use chronological format. The first format I showed you, your work experience should be first if it's CV, okay? Followed by your skills, right? And then you can put your education and so on, but in that chronological format. And it can be 2 or more pages, it can be 3 pages, depending on how much experience you have. But if it is resume, your resume has to be concise. That's not where you want to say too much stories. I see some people, professional summary alone has taken five lines. No, you don't, concise. Career overview, that's where you showcase your skills, your work experience, but in short format. You don't want to say too much stories on your resume, and you can use any format for resume. You can use the chronological ones, like I told you. If you do not have large gaps, you want to stay in the same industry, you have many years of experience, you can use the chronological one. If you are using skill-based, you have a lot of skills, you can use that for your resume. You can use the combination one. But for CV, it has to be chronological, it has to be comprehensive, showcasing all that you've got, okay? Starting from the work experience, right? I'm getting there. Now, which should I use? Should I use resume or CV? Now, this is based on location. And you can confirm this on Google, check Google. Should I use resume or Google or CV? You will see that it's based on your country. In the US, if you're ever applying for a job in the year, whether remote or not, don't ever use CV. You will never be called, except it's academic position. If you are applying for academic position, you want to become a professor, well, you have to use a CV because they need details of your publications, of the courses you taught before, if I've ever taught, or your skills, so you can use CV. However, in US or Canada, for jobs outside academic, in the industry, don't ever use CV. You won't be called for that. Use resume. for Canada. Now, larger chunk of you are in the UK. So if you're in the UK and you have been using resume, you're doing the wrong thing. Use your CV. So that means you have opportunity to showcase all your work experience. However, some might be asking, my work experience does not relate. I will tell you how to connect those work experience. I will tell you by telling you that you are wrong, thinking that you do not have tech experience. That's not true. It's just that you do not know that what you have been doing is you have been doing it manually before. Now you are doing it automatically. We need to connect that thing. I'll tell you that. Okay. So if you're in the UK or any part in the Euro, which I know most of you are in the UK, please use your CV. UK, they want to see your work experience. They want to see the experience you have in different industries. They want to see that, what you have done in the past, okay? They want to see that, not just the skills, all right? So use CV if you are in the UK. You can confirm what I've said, checking in the internet, and you will see. So what I'm putting here is based on research, okay? And not just, it's not my opinion here. It's based on research, all right? And you can confirm that. And once you confirm it, come back to me and challenge me and say, you are wrong. You are free, okay? In iLeadTech, we are open. You can say I'm wrong, right? And I will gladly accept if I'm wrong, right? Now you have chosen your CV or your resume, contact information. I know these are pretty basic. However, I have seen a lot of CV with unprofessional email address. Your email address should be your first, last, and email. Some might say, okay, someone has told me before that, okay, my name is General. For instance, I bear Ahmed. There are a lot of Ahmed and the last name tallies. Why? Are you sure my email will be unique? I mean, when you want to create email, make sure it's your first name and last name. You can add 1 or 2 numbers if that email has been created before. Like me, my email is Ajayi Kehinde, you know, like my full name at yahoo.com. Even the same thing with my Gmail, even with same thing, my obviously iLeadTech will use, iLeadTech use first name, last name, like that. So in case your name, so that's professional. I've seen some people use maybe I've seen some people use some funny names, like very, very funny names, like Femi Guru at yahoo.com. That is unprofessional. Please don't ever put that. If you don't have, go and create an email that has your first name and last name at whatever.com, whether Yahoo or Gmail or anything. But that's more professional. 2, your contact, in your contact information there, you should list your GitHub profile. And if you have a portfolio like we're going to show you very soon now, you should put it there. You should also put your LinkedIn. If you have one, please. Okay, someone say Funky Femi at gmail.com. That's unprofessional, right? So LinkedIn, please make sure it's there. Make sure your GitHub is there if you have a GitHub account. If you don't have and you want to go to tech, please, you must have GitHub. And we're going to show you how to do that here and also link that to portfolio, okay? And if you have a portfolio like a mini website, so you put your link there. In fact, I would say that for iLeadTech family and for everyone, I want to encourage you, have a portfolio. Not just the GitHub, have a portfolio. It's like a mini website. Have it, please. Okay, I'm Randy. I think this is the end for the general. Now, what I want to show now is, I want to quickly pull up one resume and show you, it's in form of that skill base, but I want to show you what and what should be there and how to rephrase, how to phrase some of the things in your resume. Don't ever list the duties. That's what people list. Help customers to do this and this, collect payment for this and this. That's duties. That's not what you've done before. I think I put education, work experience. Okay, I think this education will lead me to what I want to say. Your what you should be in your work experience should be about the projects you did. Don't just list, okay, how do we normally put this thing? Recorded this thing, conducted transactions on this. See, those are just duties. That's not what, that doesn't show what you can do. That doesn't show whether you will contribute to the organization. Talk about the project, and in 1 or 2 sentences, talk about what you did and the impact of what you did. That impact is crucial. Quantify the impact. Okay, I remember, okay, when I did a particular project for Microsoft, I said, okay, I put it there that I can't remember the exact thing I put, but I said, I think I helped this particular unit create an anomaly detector that can help detect, quality issues earlier by more than 10%. That's the impact. What did I do? Created an anomaly detector to detect quality issues, but what's the impact? It helps detect the quality issues earlier by what percent? 10%. Impact. That's it. So that should be how you phrase each project. Each project should be what you did and the impact. I hope we are getting 1 or 2 things. Okay, so that's how you should be. And if you, in this tech job, there are tools. Tech job is about using different tools. State the tools. Okay, I said I created anomaly detector using Microsoft Azure Synapse. Okay, using Microsoft Azure Synapse. Okay, and which help detect quality issues earlier by 10%. I've stated what I did. I've stated what I used to do, what I use as a tool for that thing, and I've stated the impact. 1 sentence. That's it. State what you did, what you use, and the impact. Impact, quantify the impact. Someone will say, okay, how do I know the percent? Put something there. Okay, just think about that. Okay, if they use this thing, how much time will it save them? Maybe it helps improve sales. Say it there. This improves sales by more than 20%. Maybe it helps increase customer. Tell it there, which helps improve customer revenue or customer something, maybe customer trends or something by so percent. Always put what you have done, the tools you did, and okay, someone said customer retention. Thank you. You understand? Or increase the number of customers by so percent. Make sure you state what you did, the tools you use. If you use Excel, state it there. You use Power BI, analyze sales, created a sales dashboard, okay, using Power BI, which we're using Power BI to analyze the sales trend. Full stop, this improves revenue, or this increases sales by 10% or by more than 10%. We hope you are getting what to do. So state what you did, the tools you use, so that way as a recruiter, say I've been on both ends as an employee and as a recruiter, I've been on both ends. So if I am to look at it, I'm going to see, I've seen one thing, I've seen what you did, I've seen the tools, you've shown me that, okay, you can use this particular tool, and you've shown me the impact, because what the organization cares about, the management level, is not so much of what you have done, is what it will help them to do. That's it. Later, maybe I'll create an email to negotiate during interview. Okay, it's a different thing entirely. So they've seen how that thing will benefit them. Wow, this thing helped this organization to save this, to improve it. We need someone to help us retain our customers. We need someone to help us improve sales. Let's bring this guy. That's it. So that alone quantify what you can do. Okay, so I put here, what happens if my work is not relevant to the job? I beg to disagree that if you have ever worked before, and some people think that when they're moving into tech, they're moving to a different field entirely. It's not true. If people have told you that, they're deceiving you, is a lie. Now, let me tell you why. Now, I have a lot of people who have been privileged to impact, maybe by training to train, and they are coming from the banking sector. They always feel that because they are coming into the field of data analytics or data science, that they are novice, they are not doing, that is a separate field. That's not true. In the bank, and I need one person to help me with it. Do you deal with data or not? Some might say, I don't deal with data, I'm just a teller. I collect someone, I'm just doing in teller, maybe teller, I just collect this thing or not. Now that's not, now the teller, if I want to deposit something and I feel the teller, I'm using this Nigeria as a point, as just an example. We don't do that in the US, right? Or you may not do that in the UK, I don't know. So I'm using Africa as an example. So when you feel that, yeah, sounds everything in the bank is data. When you feel the teller and you pass it to the person who what you have filled inside that thing is data. The amount you want to deposit is data. Your account information is data, and the person takes it and enter it. That's data. It's processing your data. And someone said bank, because everything you are doing, you are working with data. So you are not actually coming to a different field. It's just that you need now to open your eyes and say how to connect it. I told someone, if I work as in transaction before, make sure every of your job now, when you want to now review them, make sure it ends with analyst. If I work in transaction, put it there, transaction analyst. Yes, put it there, transaction analyst. You are an analyst, okay? You are an analyst. What have you been analyzing? You've been analyzing the transactions of people. So analytics is not new to you. What you are just learning now are better tools to analyze those things. So don't think that you don't have job experience. All we need to do is to show you how to connect that your job experience, rephrase them using data terminologies. That's all you need. Rephrasing them using data terminologies. Okay? Any field. Someone say, okay, I've been a teacher before. Let me tell you one thing. You have been working with data. Okay? In your teaching job, are you marking are you marking homework? Yes, that's data. Are you training? You are training people. Yes, that's data of people. Okay, how do I connect it? That's what you need. How do I rephrase it using data terminology? You are processing information in the educational sector. That's what you've been doing. Okay, you process information of those who pass, those who fail. Why each student pass? Okay, why does this one fail? It doesn't have large number of absence in the school. You are processing data in the educational sector. You just need to use data terminology. Okay, any field you have been working before, if you have ever worked, you have been dealing with data. You are only learning tools now, advanced tools to process those data you were processing manually. That's all. I hope it makes more sense to you. Okay, so don't think that you are moving to a separate field. So this should comfort you. This should tell you that you are on the right track and you should be able to get a job in this field. Okay, what you need are skills, right? So education, what should be included? Now, maybe I just have a BSc. So I have a BSc in, okay, now I'm going into data analytics, but my BSc is in agriculture. Should I list it? List it, it doesn't matter. Just don't spend too much emphasis on it. Just one line is okay. Education, so year, the name of the school, the program, this. Because, and that, so when your education is not relevant to the field, don't showcase it for, that should be the last thing on your resume. Because if you showcase your education first and your education is not relevant, someone like me, I feel proud to showcase my resume, my education first. Why? Because I am privileged to be in this field. I studied mathematics, my bachelor's. I studied my statistics in my master's. I'm doing a PhD in computer science. Now, not everybody will be like that. So if your education is not relevant to the field, don't showcase it for. Put it as the last thing on your resume. Rather, I'll put more certifications that you have. Follow the education straight by certifications. And I will showcase that certification after my skills, okay? Except I have enough job, I'll make sure that education will still be the last, but I'll put certification. Some of you have gotten certification in ILITech, okay? Someone's engineering. I mean, engineering is good because you have not been dealing with, you've been processing data now. So it's okay. I'm just talking of some education that the degree does not happen, like it's difficult to connect it with the field you are going into, right? You will still list it there, but maybe you don't want to showcase it first, right? Rather, showcase those the certifications you have. Some of you have gotten some certifications in some boot camps. Some of you have from ILITech. Showcase those things. Showcase the certificate. Just put there certifications, machine learning this, fundamental this, data science this, data analytics this. Just showcase the certification and make the education go for. So that even if I see the education, I say, okay, the education is in agriculture. However, how come? In fact, how come? That's part, I will show you in the interview how you can do that to draw the attention of the interviewer there. How come you got certifications in this? That will be fascinating to the recruiter because that means that you are a fast learner. That means that you are flexible. You can learn any tools anytime despite your background. That's a strength on its own. It's not a weakness. Don't appear weak. I would dwell more on that when we go for interview tips and all of that, how to connect these things and make the interviewer ask me questions relating to that. But that's a different thing entirely. Okay, all right. So the last thing I want to show here, I want to pull up, I think I've mentioned it, so maybe I don't need to show you the resume. Okay, let me just show you for the project's sake. Is it full screen? I just want to pull up one resume. Okay, I hope you can see. Can you see my screen? My time is almost lapsing.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
good. Okay, good. All right.
Yeah.
So now your name, obviously. Now, just to show you what I've said. Now, this is not the combination format. Like I told you, I think I will encourage you to use the combination format, right? This is the skills base mainly. Even though this person put education, this is the skill base. Well, this is the chronological one. Okay. Now, but I'll tell you what this person did that I think I like. So, okay, the name, your address should just be the state and the country. All right, the state and the country is fine, or the city and the city state. I mean, the city and the state. I mean, except if you're applying for international job remotely, you can put your city, state, and country. Okay, but if it's in the same country, just city and state is fine. Your phone number should be there so that the recruiter can reach out to you. I've talked about your email. It should be professional. Your LinkedIn, your GitHub, and if you have a portfolio, those should be the first thing there. That if I thought the recruiter will see anything, he should see all of these things. So if I thought the recruiter will not have time to look at everything, he should see that I have a portfolio. Wow, you have a portfolio? Wow, let me see. And I can click on it. Okay, I can click that portfolio or just copy the link and paste it. Let me see what this person have in the portfolio. And then the recruiter might be tempted to see what you have. So put it there. Now, your professional profile, this to me, well, it's still okay. It should not be longer than 2-3 lines at most. When people have 6-7 lines, please don't do that. Okay? 2 lines is fine and all of that. If I thought you can put it, yeah, 2 lines at most. Now, these are examples. I just put highly technologies, okay? Now, the education, this person took, I'm assuming this is fictitious, okay? This is not real person. So this person takes courses from 2020 to 2023. Now, this person's education doesn't have much to deal with data science or data analytics, but I want to showcase that he has some experience. Instead of education, it should be maybe certifications mainly. That's what I mean. So that's what I will correct this. It should be certifications, okay? And then he lists the company and he quickly lists the courses that he took. So this will, if at all the recruiter doesn't have time to scroll down, he's going to see that, wow, you have experience in Python, you know, machine learning. This person is going for data science, you know, deep learning. Wow, you have experience of data science. You know how to visualize data. Awesome. So I don't need to go down. I don't need to quickly see because I have few seconds. I know at least some of the things that you have. and I can contact you if I want to move on with you. From here, the recruiter will determine whether to even filter your resume and throw it away or reach out, okay? Because if the skills you have are not relevant to the jobs, it's not going to move down away. If the courses you say you have taken, if it's not relevant, there's no point moving on, okay? So I recommend that if you don't have much experience, make sure you put your certifications there, okay? And then the skills, person quickly showcase the skills that he has before even moving to job experience, because this person does not have many job experience. You can see, doesn't have much. He just maybe one freelance or something like that, data scientist, and then, but he quickly showcased this so that the recruiter will have something to see, right? Make sure you put the dates, the company, an address. Now, this is what I'm saying. Now, this is wrong. Just saying, develop comprehensive curriculum to enhance understanding of these. This doesn't tell me anything, right? Build a convolutional neural network, kind of examining maybe land species. This is good. However, what is the impact? Impact is missing here. You can put thereby improving so by so percent, thereby doing this by so percent. That should be part of your job or what you put there. Now, this one doesn't tell me anything. It just tells me develop comprehensive. So what I would advise is that when you list something, put one project that you did, one project. Talk about at least one project. If you have 2 or 3 bullet points to use, there should be about 3 different projects. If it is just one bullet point you have or 2, put it about 2 projects that you have done. What if I did not have 2 projects? This is where projects is essential. This is why you must have projects. This is why you must take courses, okay? If you're a student, you are doing projects, this is where to showcase it. If you are taking courses, let's say from Ilitech, this is where to showcase it, all right? But this is what this person did, and I'll show you. Now, this person is working in the bank, but they put transaction analyst. I love this. Make sure it ends with analyst, even though he's doing data entry, although this should be formulated better. It's a carrier transaction data entry. This is wrongly put, right? These are not, this undermine what you can do. This is undermining your skills, what you are doing, all right? You put data pre-processing, data wrangling, right? You are wrangling customer data. That's what you're doing. You are processing customer transactions. You are performing data wrangling. Use this data terminology. Data pre-processing. You are pre-processing customer data, okay, and to improve the organizational revenue, okay. You understand? Put it there. Not that you did data entry. A high school student will do data entry. Can enter data inside Excel. We just type there. That's data entry. That's not what you are doing. You are processing customer data. Now, this is saying develop report forecasting. These are too much in just one thing. Okay, this is not a better way to structure it. So that's one of the things you learn. One thing I want to let you is use data terminologies. You are going to tech, use the terminologies for that particular job, right? I'm using data analytics, for example. Now, this is good for this person, but should this be in this session? I would say no, because the recruiter might not have opportunity to scroll down to even see that you have project session. This person did great job here by having jobs here and all of that. I was what about time for customer service? I'm coming to that point. Okay. Now, this person link the GTOR of each project there. There's a way to put link there in your Word document. If you don't know, you can do one-on-one meetings with us. Okay. This person put the project, the year of the project, the tools used for the project. Now, this is the only place I think the person needs to do a good job. What you have done, the impact should be there. However, I do not agree that you should put your resume, your project last. This person doesn't have much experience. Why not put the project even before the education? List all the projects. See, There is no rule as to tell you that, okay, oh, this is what must come in your resume first, what must come second. That's not true. What matters is, what do I want the recruiter to see first? What do I want them to see about me? Your resume represents you. So do I want to show them what I've done to see my skills? Put it first. If that's your goal, put it first. It should even come before the education, especially when you don't have many years of experience or your education is not that relevant. Put it first, followed by your certificate, because at least that's the first thing I will see. I will see the exciting and interesting project that you have done. And I can say, wow, this person already have experience. Look at the project he has done. I'm not even going to now scroll down to see that, well, in the past, maybe your job did not relate. I've seen the project you have done. In fact, that becomes the basis of the interview question, that I saw the project you have done and I see your educational background. How did you come about that? How did you get to see? How did you learn all of these things? That becomes your interview. So these, I will talk about to link these things. See, these are calculation strategies that you want to start from the resume and build up to the interview. What do you want to show first? The way your resume is the flow of how your interview will be, but we'll get to, that's a separate thing that we'll talk about, that I can't divulge all of that in this. I'm already beyond time now. So this project section should be moved, as far as I'm concerned, as the first thing, even before the certification, followed by maybe the skills and the certification and skills, and then your work experience. Only when your work experience is very, very relevant that it should be the first. Okay, there is only when it's very, very. Now, someone asked me about customer service and all of that. See, whether customer service or not, in fact, you are still processing customer data, whether it's manually. Now, customer service, people are coming to you, right? People are calling you, you are taking calls from different people. That's data. In data science, we call it speech recognition. In data science, that's speech recognition. Speech, it's data on its own. Speech. So people are calling you to make inquiries. People are walking into if you are doing on-site, people are working there. You are processing customer data. Whether it's speech, you are processing it. So everything you are doing, you have been working with data. Quantify it, tweak it. So how to tweak it one-on-one, I won't be able to do that now because you have a lot of people, but I can do it, okay? If I have a one-on-one with you, we can pull up your resume and all of that. So if you want to go to that, I think you can go to, let me see if I have this already down. You can go to our site, click on the WhatsApp, and then you talk to Highly Tech. Whether me or one of our team can work with you on this, but just click on it in case you don't have access to us. If you have access, to speak to Highly Tech, and then we can work with you on that. Okay, if you're not, go to our site, highlytech.com, click on WhatsApp. This way, if you have a WhatsApp anyway, if you don't have, just contact us via email. But if you have, that save you a lot of stress and all of that, okay? So that's what I will, I think, say about the resume. Mr. Dami, can I have a few minutes to quickly go through the LinkedIn, please? I know I'm way beyond time.
Yes, go ahead. All right.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I'm going to use I can't use a case study of my own LinkedIn because it will not give you the true picture, because I have access to a lot of things that you will not have access to by virtue of my workplace. So I'm showing it with, okay, this is my wife anyway. She has no, okay, she doesn't have many subscription that I have. So I want to show you, because this will be typical to a lot of you. So I want to use that. I've begged her to use that publicly. Okay. Now, I want to show you, because now, what should you do on your LinkedIn? Now, the first thing first is your resume. See, if your resume is okay, it's just copy and paste to this. Let me go to our profile first. So there are not many things there. Okay, maybe because she has not updated it. Now, but she has work experience, she hasn't put and all of that. Now, all your resume should come here, should come to your job. This is where you had your job, okay? Had several things, and this is where you begin to add different, your profile, just transfer it to this place. Transfer everything you have in your resume, just transfer it here, okay? You have the education, you have the skills, and now job experience, you can fill that here, okay? Now, also put what you are open to, okay? Click on it and add what you are open to and add your job preferences or something like that. You're finding a new job, add your location, whether you want on-site, hybrid, if you want remote too, click on it, specify your location, okay? Add your location there. So that way, when a recruiter is searching for jobs, some recruiter want people in that location. It's going to pop up your name and your profile. Maybe I should even, I'll talk about how even your profile name and what should be there. I think that's, So put your location there. Make sure the location you want to consider. Maybe I want to consider California, and I can put that there too. Maybe I want to consider New York, I can put that too, and all of that, okay? And then say that if you are actively, if you are immediately available, put that there, or you are just looking what one full-time internship, contract, or part-time. Let's say those are all you want, okay? Put it there. Now, who will see? Recruiters is going to be the one. You want all recruiters to see it. You want all LinkedIn members to see it. You care more about recruiters, right? So save that. So at least you should put one job title, right? So we want you to add one job title. So is it data analyst, or is it data science? Okay, data scientist. So you need to list that there. If whatever job, make sure you put that there and then save. Now, what about your, you can see you update it, turn on email update and all of that. So you can update that. What about this name? Put in your name alone, put those things you want here. Put data scientist there. If let's say that's what she's going for, she's going to, we're going to edit all of this thing back, okay? Put all of those things you want here. Data scientist, put a line there, okay? Put maybe data analyst. Let's assume that's what you're going for. Something that will be catchy immediately you see they put it there. Let's say these are those two she wants. Now, who should see it? Is there your network, only LinkedIn members? State all of that here. Let's assume this is this. And then if you want pronouns, all of that. Okay, even headline, I think headline should be, that's where headline should be. Okay, so that's what you should put there. Put your headline there. Okay, headline, that's what you should put there. What should come under your name? Make sure you put the job that you are going for, put it there. This is where you will now list other work experience and also. But let's assume that's what, maybe you want to put industry, maybe, just put one, okay? Just put one, maybe that deals with data or anything, data infrastructure analysis and so on, and all of that. So you see that when you do that, now you can see that it's going to show here. Now, why is this necessary? When recruiter is searching, you see, they don't, it's the name. Some people are doing masters, they just put MSc, AI, and no recruiter will search MSc. No recruiter will search PhD. I do this, I told PhD students in the US, I said, no recruiter will search PhD student. No, that's why you don't get interview. That's why you don't see a recruiter reaching out to you. Put a job title that is catchy. So put a job title of where you are, what you are projecting, okay? If you are projecting data science, put it there. If you are projecting analytics, put it there. If you are projecting software development, put it there. That should be the headline. Because when recruiters are searching, they will search data scientist, okay, or data analyst. I'm just using these two as a case study. It can be any job. So they will search the title. That's what they search, and it will pop out all those who have that title in their headline. If you don't have that title, you're already filtered. You will not even show up. That's it. Okay. Another thing which is very crucial is the skills section. Most times recruiter will search the skill. Now, what if I just list the skill? Is it okay? Yes, but let me tell you how recruiter reach out. We see you when if you list this, any skills you list there, take the skill quiz by LinkedIn. When you take it and you pass it, I think it's 60% and above. For instance, you know Python. Take Python skill quiz. If you take the skill, it's free. It's like maybe 30 minutes, but you have enough time. If you get 30% and above, LinkedIn will tell you that you passed, and they will add that badge to your profile. When they had it, let me tell you the advantage. When recruiters search skill, sometimes recruiters search by title, sometimes they search by skill. When they search a particular language or skill, it's going to pop out your name. LinkedIn will showcase those who took their test first than those who just list the skill without taking their skill test. LinkedIn shows those who take their skill test first, because those are the ones they can verify. Those are the ones they can attest to. That's those they choose. Okay? These are the things I've done that fetch me. At least I thought there are some 2 months that consistently everywhere had a minimum of recruiter reaching out. In fact, I observed it for a period of 6 months. So these are the things that I've done. I've taken a lot of skill tests that were LinkedIn in the past, and Python, R, SQL, machine learning, different ones. And that's it. And that's why it's rare for the recruiter to search any skill related to my field and will not pop up my name. It's rare. Okay. It's maybe just now, maybe that I didn't put open or anything. Yeah. So that's one. The other one that shows whether a recruiter will see you is what I want to show you now, called LinkedIn Learning. Just type LinkedIn Learning. I've taken much time, but please bear with me. LinkedIn Learning. Now, there are some free LinkedIn Learning courses. Someone will say, why are you showing us? Are you sure we are still going to come back to Highly Tech to take Highly Tech courses? There is a difference. This is not different than YouTube, right? Highly Tech only is live class and project. You won't have project here. However, there are free LinkedIn Learning courses that you can take, and I'll tell you what the advantage of it. So just click how to use LinkedIn or LinkedIn Learning. Just click one of them. I'm not interested in this particular course. I'm not interested. So I will pause it, but I will search now the name of the course. What do you want to learn today? This is free. My wife has free accounts like you, okay? Like many of you. Search, let's say, I'm looking for data analytics. You see all the free courses. Data analytics, data visualization, big data, data modeling, and all of that. Let's say I put data analytics. Become a data analyst. These are free. Now let's say I put this. Now, will you still come back to the Highly Tech course? Obviously you will, because this has no project. You need project. Now, what I want to show is this. So even if it is free, so I will not take this career course. I will just take, let me put data analytics again, okay? I'll just take one course. I won't take one, I will just pick one. Let me just put, let's say, intermediate SQL, okay? Or let me see Excel, okay? All right? I showed this to my wife yesterday. So why, let me see, let me just pick one of them. Now, let's see, one of them. Now, this is free. This is free. Now, I will take this course not because of the knowledge. I already have the knowledge. I already have the knowledge. You already know how to, let's say you know Excel, or you may not even be able to finish all of this, but you know it. Just watch it, okay? You know the skills. If you don't know it, watch it and learn it, okay? Knowledge, there's no knowledge as a way. But suppose you already have this knowledge, why should I take it? Let me tell you why. Now, if you look at these courses very well, let me tell you the skills that LinkedIn is going to add to your profile for taking this course. One, They are going to add data analytics to your skill as a badge of what you can do after taking this course. They will add SQL to your skill automatically to your LinkedIn profile. They will add, let's just say those two, or data governance. They will add that to your skill. They will add data cleaning, ETL. They will add that to your skills for taking just this one. You will not even know that they've added it. They will add it. So when a recruiter is searching, the recruiter will, when recruiter says for any skill relating to that, because you took their course and you took their skill test, is going to pop out your name. If you go and check my profile by any means, you will see the vast amount of courses I've taken in the past. And that's why I could relate to that, and that's why recruiter reach out. Once your recruiter reach out, this will make you jump the queue. So this is where I'm going to stop so that this next speaker can quickly show us, maybe in 15 minutes or 20 minutes at most, how to quickly build the portfolio. Now, I will take just 2 questions, and after the portfolio building, I can now take other questions because I've already used beyond the time. Okay, someone who logged in as technocrat, I saw you are the first person I'm seeing. Can you quickly ask your question?
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Thank you for this session. I really appreciate it. My first question is about the email. Assuming that my birth name now, due to the command of the mail, I'm unable to register it on Gmail. So my third name is not on my certificates, and I use it for my Gmail. I don't know. Do you think that will work? That's number one. Then number 2 is sorry, I want to.
Go ahead.
Number two is you are speaking of portfolio. On our CV, can we put our portfolio link there? Maybe like a website or something.
Yes. So let me start from the second one. I already said yes. So after LinkedIn there, you can put your portfolio that you have, put it there. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Then on the name, the truth is this, sir. Even if the first dot last name or first without dots, first and last name has been taken, just adding 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 will make you unique. Don't use your middle name. Your first and last name is what is listed on your resume. Is what is listed, that's what you project that in your email address. You can just add number to it, maybe 2. That will make you, you should be able to create an email with that. You understand, sir?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
One other question, Mrs. Adeshola, yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kenny. Thank you for this, sir. My question is, you made reference to LinkedIn Learning.
Yes.
So I want to ask, at the point where you're asking education, you said certification. So yes, all those training or all those learning that you did on LinkedIn,
yes,
can you also put it on as part of certification, if I may ask, sir?
Except if you are using LinkedIn Premium, right? Okay. LinkedIn will not give you a certificate if you don't have a premium there. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it will give you a certificate for free course. You can, but I will say that, because people know that the channel is LinkedIn Learning, right? So it can be on your resume if that's what, as a placeholder for now, if that's what you have. Because what if I ask for that certificate and LinkedIn do not give you certificate? Suppose I ask, recruiters mostly don't ask, but suppose they ask, what will you present? So that's my point. So, but what I know that LinkedIn does is that they give you a badge. They would, whether it's free or premium, they would definitely give you a badge, and they will ask. In fact, it's badge I know. LinkedIn has never given me certificate, okay? But I know they give badge, okay? Maybe I'm wrong, but I know that, but I am very sure 100% sure of the badge. Now badge, they will even tell you that, do you want to showcase that badge on LinkedIn so how your network will see it? Someone like me, at my level, I don't show you, okay? I just say, okay, just add it to my profile. If you want to showcase it, everybody will see it. They already have a customized message for that. If I've ever taken you on what I'm saying. So, but what I'm more particular about is the badge, because that's what they will put on your. So now suppose you have a certificate from LinkedIn, suppose, please feel free to list it on your certification, but I doubt if LinkedIn gives that certificate. I doubt it. Do I answer your question now?
Yeah, yes, sir. You did, sir.
Okay. All
Thank you,
right.
sir.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to stop sharing, and I will allow my my friend, okay, Noimot, to quickly take you through how to build your portfolio. Now, this will be only profitable to those who have projects they can build portfolio. If you don't have project, what are you waiting for? Highly Tech is there. Take our courses. Courses have projects, right? In one course alone, you have like 4 projects. So like that. So put your projects there if you don't have, because this will only be beneficial to you if you have project. Okay, but if you don't have project, there's nothing to showcase in the portfolio. So the first starting point, if you don't have project, is to take courses that will give you projects. Second is building portfolio that Noima will show you. So Noima, please, you can go ahead and share your screen. I'm going to pause the recording until you share your screen. Thank you. All right. Go ahead, please.
Okay. I'll open the portfolio that I created. Sorry about this.
Sorry, Naima, your background, there's some noise in your background.
I'm the only one here.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Okay, go ahead, please.
What about now?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Let me stop sharing the screen so I can navigate where the example of the portfolio is. So this is a portfolio of mine that I created. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
I hear you.
Okay, this is a sample of my portfolio. So this is the top part where I introduce myself. Then these are the works I've done, like some of the works I've done. Also, if you click on this link, it takes you directly to my GitHub account regarding the job, the work I've done, but I haven't really explained much about this particular project on my GitHub account. Also, this is a mock census that we did in school. So this is about, if you want to read about the project, this is it on my GitHub. It takes you directly to my GitHub account. Then the other parts are also active. Then there are also some other works I've done, like in case of this bed classification project I did. So when you click on it, it takes you here to the bed classification project and explains how the project was. Then this one was also about, so these are the projects I've done so far. Then if you want to talk to me, you click on the contact me, it takes you to this, let me close this. Then you can find my LinkedIn account here, where it takes you to my LinkedIn account. Also my GitHub account. So that's basically the portfolio sample of what we'll be trying to create. So we'll start by downloading a template. We have, I'm coming, let me try getting the link to the, let me stop sharing so I can get the link on my chat.
going to drop the link in the chat. That's what she's trying to do. So that in case you want to use it, make sure you copy the link, please. Make sure you copy, because if you don't, at the end of the meeting, you won't have it. So just call, once you drop it, copy the link and save it so that you can use it later, right? Yeah. I'm going to pause recording until I hear from you again, okay?
I've shared it. I'm coming now, resume. Where you can get a free template. So you can pick any of the templates. It's actually free. Everything is free on this website. So it depends on you, the projects that you've done, or how you feel you want to showcase your project. So the one I used was, I think, let me see. You can download this one. This is a live demo of how the project, the website will look like. You can click on a live demo. So you can click on a live demo to see how the project is going to look like. Then you download it. If you are using a desktop, that's how it's going to look like. And if you're using a tablet, this is how your web page will look like. Then mobile. So these are the templates will look like when you're using a mobile phone to go through the website. So you can download it here, it's free. I already have it downloaded on my system, so I won't be going through that. Also, if you don't have a GitHub account, you can also, you can create your GitHub using this link. I'll copy this link and send it to the group, or you can Google how to create a GitHub account if you don't know how to do that. So this is the way it will look like. After you've done this, you filled it with your desired name, email address, password, and things like that.
Sorry, we can't see your screen. Noimo, you are not showing the entire screen. We aren't seeing the portfolio template.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you should share your entire screen so we can see what you're doing.
Okay. So I'll copy this link on how to create a GitHub account and send it to the group, to the chat, sorry. And how to create a GitHub account. Then we have Now we are going to create a repository for the portfolio. So I'll show you how to create a repository. I'll do a live demo of that. So this is me trying to create. Let me log out of my account. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So this is how it's going to look like when you click on the first link I shared in the group. Then you can sign up. Sorry. Because I have an account, so I don't know why it's running like this. I'm coming, let me try using the other. Sorry. So this is what I was showing on the presentation. This is how it's going to look like. So let's say I'm creating a new account. Then I'm using a different email address. So this email address has not been used by anyone, but it's not a real email address. But you can create a password, just a demo, actually. Then when we create, so it tries to confirm if I'm active or something like that. But I won't be doing that because I already have an account, a GitHub account. So I will just use the one I already have. Sorry, let me just go directly to the one I already opened here. So this is an account that I already have. Sorry, my internet is a bit slow. So we're going to be creating a new repository. These are my accounts on GitHub. So I'll be creating a new repository for our portfolio. So you can use any name, maybe your surname, and I'm going to use my surname because my other name is already, that's what I'm using for my repository. So you can use Adeleye then GitHub, because GitHub will be our domain name. If you want to customize it to be just like adeleye.com, when somebody wants to try to log into your website, just like the way we have github.com, so you have to pay to get that. But if you are going to use github.io, like that is a free domain where you don't need to pay for anything. But so down here we'll be making it public, because immediately we make it private and publish it, we have to pay later for you to make it public again for people to have access to it. So this repository is going to be public. We are not changing anything. We are not adding any new file. So we are done with this. So you can create a repository and it's empty. So we don't have any file here. Then I've already downloaded templates. So I'll be opening the templates. And will you will be in need of Visual Studio, which I've already opened here. Sorry. So Visual Studio, on Visual Studio, you can open the file. I already opened the file here, the folder. So you can open your folder here, the downloaded folder, wherever you've downloaded it on your system. So the main file will be editing, the index.html. That's where we'll be editing. So from here, this is my own portfolio which I've done. So this is the beginning of the page. So at the top part, this is the top, this is the work, this is the portfolio, those places I was clicking, and you can make it a live before you publish it. So I can, because this is my first time of using this system with like working on HTML with Visual Studio on it. So I need to install live stream, live server on it. So it's when I want to view the website, it shows, so you can install it here. So it's installing. That has been installed. It's still installing, so this might take a bit of our time. So we can right click on it to show us open. So you can open live server to see how the website looks like. Okay. Sorry. Okay, this is how the website is going to look like. It's still loading. So this is still my portfolio. So I'll change this name so you can see why I changed the name. Because this H1, like H1 means like header 1. So that's why it's biggest on the portfolio. So I can remove that and just change it. Then you save, Ctrl S. So it automatically goes to, so it has been, the effect is already showing on the page. Then if you change, you can include your link. This is my the link to my LinkedIn. So anywhere you have href, that's where you can include the link to. That's like a reference to your a link. That's where you can include any link to. So this is a link that takes you to work. So when you click on this work, I can change it to, from this work, we can go back to let me see. We can leave it like this. So when it's having this asterisk hash, it doesn't leave this point, unlike before when it takes you to work. So when you click on work, what I do, learn what I do, it doesn't leave that spot. But when I return it back to work, Ctrl Z, Ctrl S. So it takes me to, when I click on that link, it brings me down to the works I've done before. Then you can include the, this is the place where you include your project work, where you include href. This is the link to the projects I've done. In the case of the, then also in the paragraph, I described the project in detail, then gave it a name, a title, which is mock sensors in this case. Also, these are some of what the other projects I've done. You can also include the link on, I might decide to remove this link because this link is not, it's talking, when you click on the topic, it takes you there. Also, when you click on the picture, it takes you to the link. This is what I mean. I'll show you when I remove this from the link, from the, this is going to, so when you touch this link, this picture, it takes you there. So the project on GitHub. But for the one I've removed, when you still click on the topic, it still takes you to the same location. So that's why I have two places that is showing the link. That's why I had two places that was showing the link. In the case of the maternal health, I removed the link on the improving maternal health. So I'll try and remove the link. I'll try and remove the link from the image. So it will just be the topic that takes you directly to where the project is on my GitHub. So when you click on the link on the picture, it doesn't take you anywhere. So it still remains on this particular page. But when you click on the topic, it takes you directly there. So this is what I mean. Then after modifying the downloaded HTML file, we'll upload it to our GitHub repository, the repository we created initially. So these are new repositories. You can create a new file, click on create a new file, upload an existing file, or you create a README file. README is like a description of what is in that folder. So an existing files, we already have our HTML, which we've already edited, and we've modified everything we want to modify and include the name of our topics. So this is what we'll do. We'll click on upload a new file. So I hardly choose your file. So mostly what I do is I just pick, drag and drop on that place, because it's quite easier than choosing the file. So this is the HTML file that I downloaded before. So I'll just select everything here and drop it here. So it will take a bit of time. Then we can commit changes and add comments on this after uploading all these files. We can say while it's uploading, we can add a comment to it. Then we'll commit the changes that we've done to the new repository. This will take like 5 to 6 minutes. Then our portfolio is ready. Almost ready. So we'll go back to our repository where we'll check the settings.
Attention please, the time is 3 to 7.
Sorry, I'm in live.
Thank you.
Okay. So we're almost done. So this is our repository. This is the settings after uploading the file. So go to the settings here. Then we'll click on pages. So we'll modify it so everybody can see it. Everybody can have access to the page. Then deploy from, yes, we are deploying from, what are they called? We are deploying from branch. In this place, we can pick, like this place is like a branch also. So I'm selecting, because I already have a branch created. This is my default branch, data cleaning. So is either you pick from root or from document. So we'll click on save. After doing this, we can check our repository and it's ready. It's going to be ready. Let me just do this and show the new one I did. So it's showing this error because I don't know. Sorry, can we pause the video? I need to change locations. Error. It happens when the repository is not seeing the index.html file. That was why earlier I said that. That was why I said that is the index.html file that is important. So probably when I was trying to upload earlier, I didn't check if the index.html file was uploaded correctly on the repository. So I'll try and check that to show that the repository, the portfolio is ready.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes, sir.
Another thing is, does it matter if your name is showing adeleye.github.com? So he's asking if you mean adeleye.github.io. Does it matter if you end with .io or .com?
Oh, yeah, it matters. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. I think this is ready for us. Still the same thing.
Attention please, the tower floors 3 to 7 at present charts. Please make your way to the boxes available or to the exit. Floors 1 to 2 remain open 24 hours. Thank you.
Okay.
So this is the adeleye.github.io renew repository. So, and it's still active. So when you click on learn more about me, it takes you directly here. Then when you click on this, it takes you to the project I've done on this. So
Right. Okay.
and this is the other files down. Also the other projects then. So that's the portfolio.
All right. Thank you so much, Naimo. So
I hope it was helpful.
yes, indeed, this is helpful. So, but like I said, this will only be more helpful if you already have a project that you can link this to. So do we have maybe just one question for Naimo, or if you have other questions that is not related to the portfolio? I think we have 5 minutes that we can take questions and then so that we can end the event. Yeah. From there. So any question? whether to Noimod or to other things that we've talked about today, so that we can wrap up the event. Any question?
Sorry,
I
Mr.
think-
Kenny, I was trying to
Okay, Lighton, go ahead.
do some courses on LinkedIn, but it's asking me to pay. So, but you said that we don't have to pay, that some courses are free. So, yeah, I don't know.
So if you look at what I showed you in the initially, the account I showed you is a free account like yours, which I believe. You understand that you will not need, LinkedIn has some free courses and some paid courses. Are you with me? So those are the courses that I'm telling you that you can. And I think I told you, I walked you through it. So what I think what I can tell you is to see if you can watch this record and see how I navigated to that point. I showed you, you saw that it was asking me to pay for some too, right? And it was also, but there are free ones that I showed you from there too, right? So what I can say is, let me see if I show you just one before we wrap up today. So there are obviously a lot of paid courses because LinkedIn monetize that. But like you see this one, where did we come from? So you see this account too, you can see that start my free month. So it's also free. So when you get to this point, for instance, when I cite data analytics, look at some of the, even Python for data analytics. Okay, this one now is not free. So some of them are not free, some of them are free, some of them, like the data analytics I clicked on before, like the foundation, you see that this one paid, this one is free. So you have to check for some of them, the free ones, that's your target, right? The free ones related to your stuff, if you don't have any money to pay for that. However, what you need there mainly is the skills badge that will be added to your profile, right? Does that make sense, Lighton?
It does, boss.
All right. Any other question?
Yes, sir. I've been raising my hand since.
All right.
essentially.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay, the question I asked earlier that if we have a website that can we put it on our CV? Now, my concern is if the domain name is not a public domain like GitHub, maybe probably my present place of work, doesn't matter. Does recruiter, I don't know, is there any bias thing as regard that?
So in the first place, you will not
Yes.
have a personal site of your organization.
Okay.
That's the truth. So except you are in the academia, and if it's in the academia, your personal site is shown, is mainly, I mean, it's public now, right? It's academic, so you can showcase your work. For organization, I don't think organization create personal website. And you can't create a personal website that you will put company's projects there. That violates the privacy of that company, isn't it? Every organization has privacy agreement that you have signed to. So you cannot put your company's project that you have done publicly. That makes the company open to attack. So you can't do that. So these are your personal projects that you have done, and you create a portfolio for it. These are your project that you have done, right? So on your resume, if you don't want to, if all your project you have are company based, that will become an issue. That will mean that for you to showcase that means that you basically rely on your LinkedIn. If all you have are companies project, then that will mean that you only rely on your LinkedIn and maybe your resume where you talk about them slightly. But if you have personal projects, you can build your portfolio and put the link on your resume. Does that make sense, sir?
Actually, what I'm saying is it's like a domain name of the company. For example, my name where I'm working presently, they give us just something like a partial control for GitHub too, but just for our business. So it's personally all I have.
Hello, sir. What is on that side? What is on that side? Is it your personal project or the company's project?
Yeah, just my personal stuff.
Of course, it doesn't have any company's project, then you can showcase it. It doesn't matter the domain. right?
Okay.
My site
Okay.
doesn't have domain, GitHub domain. It's my work site, but it's a personal, they're all my personal projects. So you can showcase it, right?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Right? Any other question? All right. So if there's no other question, I think this is a good place for us to stop. I hope you learn one or two things. I hope this session, this event was, I hope is helpful. I hope you I hope it's helpful. I hope you can gain one or two things from there. All right. So this is where we'll stop. If you need, like I said, this is general stuff. If you feel you want one-on-one stuff, then you can reach out. Otherwise, I think you can make use of some of the information that we have shared. And like I said, we'll release the video and you can still get back to it. So thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kenny.
All right. Thank you so much. Yeah, for showing
Thank you,
up.
sir. Thank you so much.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
The code for the
Sir.
template.
Thank you, Mr. Kenny. Thank you, Noimot.
Yeah, thank you. So in the template, you already have code. There are only a few places you will share. You will edit, like, and the templates are very much shared. So you already have access to those things. Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye.